Hey everyone, this next batch of videos, reviews you are going to watch. I'm recording them all in January. Got them, they're all for compact discs that I got from my father-in-law, not for Christmas, but at Christmas time. He picks them up and gathers them all year long, and then I swear he gives me a big batch of them every year at Christmas. Helps fill out my album reviews, which is great. So, Marty, if you're watching, thanks. Gives me some different stuff to cover outside of just the rock and heavy metal. There'll probably be a couple thrown in there as well that come out of my mom's collection. She was recently downsizing everything, so I took a bunch of her old CDs that she didn't want anymore. That being said, enough of that. Let's get into this. We're talking about the Postal Service Give Up. Never heard of the Postal Service. Never heard of this album, Give Up, until I put it in the CD player and threw it on for the first time. Released, according to the back here, in 2003. I read the details inside. This is basically a band of two guys with guest musicians that pop in on a bunch of songs. I can make about a million jokes on how I would describe this band. Air Supply means 9-inch nails. Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh meets 9-inch nails. Basically, most of the album is programmed with some vocals in there. There are definitely live guitars on here. Each track indicates which one's got the live guitars and stuff like that. This reminds me of, if you took Muse and took every last really cool sci-fi spacey kind of element out of Muse and totally stripped it away and took away the good fast pace and the rapid beats and stuff like, take all that, so basically everything that makes Muse away from Muse, you'd end up with this. And it's really funny. The reason I use that is Muse is one of the CDs that I've been listening to in the car as well, which I'll be talking about as well. The whole way around, I don't like this album that much. I wasn't big into, what is it, City of Owls, I think was the name of the band, or was it just Owls? Lights is another one, for example, early Lights, like around this time period, stuff like that. I really am not into the lame-ass keyboard programming drums and the soft, light, no balls to them vocals, and, like, it... This would be, like, something you'd put on if you wanted to go to a dance club on a Saturday afternoon and didn't really want to dance per se. Let me get into the songs here really quickly. You got the direct Sleeps Alone Tonight, Such Great Heights, Sleeping In, Nothing Better, Recycled Air. Recycled Air is actually one of the few songs that sticks out in my head so far on this album as we're going along. Like, none of the songs on this album up until this point really stick in my head at all. And the only reason Recycled Air does is because of the chorus on it and the lines Recycled Air, like the way they're used. And it just, I've used something similar in songs of my own, so it only triggers for that reason for the most part. I'm not even overly impressed with the song all that much. Clark Gable, that's more because of the reference specifically to Clark Gable, which, nothing against Clark Gable or anything like that, but this song doesn't do anything for Clark Gable. Doesn't make me want to go out there and enjoy Clark Gable anymore or anything like that. It's just not a thing. We Will Become Silhouettes. Whatever. This Place is a Prison. This one I really like, and this was the one where I kind of decided that this was 9-inch Nails meets Air Supply or meets Christopher Robin or something like that. There's really kind of you can feel that there's a dark a real dark kind of spot here, and more industrial feeling and less synth pop feeling. This Place is a Prison is probably the only song on this album I would go out of my way to listen to. Like if we're putting a mixtape together or something like that, throwing some MP3s into a collection together, something. This Place is a Prison would be good then. Outside of that, okay. Brand New Colony, whatever. Natural Anthem. This one I thought was interesting because as much as I hate most of the drum work on this album, Natural Anthem had some interesting drum work on it. The whole way around, the musicianship on Natural Anthem actually could be called musicianship. It's actually something worthwhile, something actually, enjoyable and fun. But that's kind of about it, and that's kind of where it ends, And even then with Natural Anthem, I'm not overly impressed. Realistically, I'll throw this album on for Tracy, see what Tracy thinks of it, and, if Tracy's not into it, it's gone, man, because it is just not my cup of tea. But that's it, folks. Those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. I know I didn't say much on this one, but I really don't have much to say on this one. Do you have anything to say? That's what the comment section's for. Drop me a line. Let me know what you think. You'll probably see a couple of links down there as well. Check those out. There's a like button, a subscribe button, bell for notifications. Please hit those. Those help me out, help you out. I've been noticing issues with, me and other viewers have been mentioning a lot. They can't get over how long some of my videos have been sitting around for, and they don't get the viewership. So I think I'm getting shadow banned. So, do what you can to help me out. Hit those buttons, please. Otherwise, folks, peace, love, take care.